All right, well, you heard Santa say he would like to have a white Christmas. Not necessary, but it's looking pretty good.
I think Santa's going to be very happy, and I think a lot of children are going to be very happy, too. It's going to look really pretty Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, certainly some snow falling that day, and big changes in store for us starting tomorrow. But today, you've got some last-minute shopping to do. It's really a pretty day to get it done. Not a lot of activity today. We did cloud up since last night, and temperatures certainly are very pleasant. We're looking at temperatures now that are mostly in the 40s. We'll probably hit a high around here of about 48 degrees before the day is done. Here's what we're expecting as we get into later on tonight and during the day tomorrow. Certainly some rain starting early tomorrow morning, if not even starting up a little bit later on tonight. Also, some pretty strong winds headed our way. We're going to start to see them gust up later on this afternoon and really take off tonight and tomorrow. In fact, there's a high wind watch that's in effect for tonight and tomorrow. Again, so some rain for tomorrow morning. Then again, that front pushing through. So that comes on through. We're going to see temperatures really fall, go from 50s down into the 30s by the afternoon hours. That rain changes over into some snow. We're not going to see a lot of accumulation, but again, with the wind, it's going to make driving somewhat hazardous. The road conditions might not be great when you couple the snow with that wind. For Christmas Eve, still some snow hanging around, but nothing that Santa can't handle. He's certainly equipped for that. And right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Very pleasant out there now, 43 degrees. The wind chill, the feels-like temperature, that's 36. Humidity, 62%. Barometric pressure high and on the rise. Winds are in from the south at 13 miles per hour. And again, we're going to be looking for those to be on the increase later on today, as well as tonight, and especially tomorrow. Now, tomorrow we could have some 50, 55 mile per hour wind gusts. The average high for this time of year, only 35 degrees. We're already well above that, and we're going to continue to see an increase in the temperatures for the afternoon. The average low, that's 23 degrees. So again, we might even double that temperature. Very likely that we will. The record high, that was 64 degrees. In the forecast for today, not an eventful day at all. Cloudy skies. The winds, those winds will be picking up, and just a few sprinkles in terms of precipitation. Again, the high about 46 to 48 degrees, right in that vicinity. For tonight, cloudy skies becoming stormy for late. And we're going to see, again, some winds out there and an overnight temperature of about 44 degrees as we get into during the day tomorrow. Storms in the early part of the day, rain and snow, turning to all snow by the afternoon. So again, rain for the morning, snow for the afternoon, and temperatures that are really going to start to fall off. And again, very, very high winds. So again, for today, not much of an event. For tomorrow, big event coming our way. That rain starting up late tonight, going to take us through the morning tomorrow, and then switch over to snow late in the day. And Christmas Day looking pretty nice, but a little chilly.
It is, and Santa is helping you out with your forecast today, I see.
Yeah, I thought I heard Santa in the background there.
Santa is everywhere. We've been hearing his bells this morning, and you never know when he's going to pop up.
Very, very omnipresent, Santa.
Yes. Thank you, Elisa.
My goodness, what happened to not snow, not sleet?
Yeah, I guess somewhere along the line it got stuck somewhere. And snow, we had plenty of it. Fortunately, the post office didn't have to deliver anything today.
No, they got the day off, and it was a good thing because we certainly had plenty of snow. Some good news in the forecast, though. Things are really simmering down. Here's a look at the NextRad radar, and you can see, there are still some things falling across some of the eastern sections. But as far as snowfall across the central and western sections, not all that much. Now, there's a little bit of development well to the west of Toledo. I'm not terribly concerned about that at this point. What I do think could happen for us is, again, most of this will push off. We could see a little bit of lake effect develop, but really only for eastern suburbs. In terms of the warnings that were in effect, those have all been canceled right now. All we have in effect in terms of an advisory is an advisory for blowing snow, and that advisory is only in effect for Cuyahoga, Lake, Geauga, and Ashtabula counties. That is in effect until 4 a.m. on Monday morning. Let's go to our next set of graphics. Again, that Blowing snow advisory just for a couple of select counties. The rest of us, no watches, no warnings, no advisories, no troubles for the night. We're going to see a fairly quiet one for the evening hours, as a matter of fact. Here's a look at that Doppler and satellite loop from the last 12 hours. You can see how quickly things moved on through. Again, it did, I say quickly, it took a good chunk of the day, but once it moved through, it's pretty well continuing to push on through at a reasonably good pace, leaving in its wake a lot of wind, but not a lot of snow. What we're going to see here again for most of the evening hours will be some possibility of flurries. Again, across some of the eastern suburbs, we could see a little bit in the way of accumulation somewhat during the day tomorrow. But as far as most of us go, we're not going to see much in the way of falling snow. Though the winds, that's a whole other question. Lots of blowing snow across the area. And as we look at the radar forecast, not a lot shows up until as we get into the evening hours tomorrow. Again, across some of the eastern areas, a little bit of snow, some accumulation possible. But the winds, that's really the big story for the evening hours. Right now, we're looking at sustained winds out of the northwest, 16 miles per hour, gusts 26 miles per hour. When you put those sustained winds with the temperature now 28 degrees, sustained winds at 16, the feels like temperature is just 16 degrees. Again, fairly chilly out there in terms of the way it feels. Barometric pressure is rising now from 29.96, and wasn't all that warm today, but it was typical for us. We had a high temperature early in the day of 37. That is our average high. 25 was the low, also the average low for this time of the year. 64, that was the record for the day. That was set in 1984. -9, that's the record low temperature that was set in 1951. And that sunset getting earlier and earlier now before 5 o'clock. In the forecast for tonight, the wind, the big story. Winds out of the northwest, 20 to 30 miles per hour. In terms of what's falling from the sky, some flurries, but not much beyond that. Temperatures certainly on the cold side. If you're going to be getting kids ready for school in the morning, now not everyone is going to have school. We're looking at those eye alert closings at the bottom of the screen, but very cold and certainly very breezy. You want to bundle the kids up. Temperatures right around that 18 to 24 degree mark. For tomorrow, some snow across the eastern suburbs, blustery with winds out of the west, 15 to 25. And a temperature of about 28. We've taken snow out of the forecast for Tuesday. We have it back in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Looks like something of a wintry mix. So a lot of mixed reports in here. Not much in the way of falling snow, but certainly a lot of wind.
Yeah, that could be a lot worse, I'll tell you that.
That's true.
All right, thanks, Elisa.